I want you to do something right now. Walk to your front door, open it, step outside for 30 seconds, take a breath of outside air, then walk back inside. That smell that hits you the first second you're back, that slightly stale, slightly flat smell that you can't quite name, that is what every single person who visits your home notices the moment they walk through your door. You stopped noticing it years ago. They never will. Today I'm going to walk you through your home room by room and show you exactly where that smell is hiding, why it keeps coming back no matter how much you clean, and how to permanently eliminate every source of it. The whole fix costs about $4, and most of it you can start tonight. Here's the thing that nobody in the cleaning products industry wants you to understand. Most persistent home smell doesn't come from dirt. It comes from sources, specific hidden sources that your regular cleaning routine completely misses. And almost every product designed to fix home smell, the candles, the plugins, the Febreze, the fabric softener, none of them touch the source. They cover the output. Think about what that means. You're spending money every single month on products that are specifically designed to make it harder for your nose to detect what's already in your home. Not remove it, just cover it. And here's why that never works long term. Your nose adapts. Your olfactory system is built to detect changes, not constants. So the candle you lit on Monday goes nose blind by Wednesday. You buy a stronger one, a bigger one. The source keeps doing exactly what it was doing. The smart method is different. We don't cover the problem. We find the source, we fix the source. That's it. That's the whole philosophy. And once you see your home through that lens, once you start asking where is this actually coming from, instead of what can I spray on this, everything changes. In most American homes, there are 7 hidden sources responsible for almost all of the background smell. 7 specific places where bacteria, moisture, and buildup combine to create what your guests smell the second they walk in. I'm going to show you all 7, starting at the front of your home and working all the way through. And for each one, I'm going to give you the exact fix, what it costs, what you use, and how long it takes. Let's go. The kitchen is responsible for more background home smell than any other room, and the biggest source in your kitchen is something you walk past every single day without thinking about it. Your drain. Right now, inside the drain of your kitchen sink, there is a biofilm, a layer of grease, food particles, soap residue, and the bacteria that feed on all 3. Every time water runs down that drain, that biofilm releases a small amount of bacterial byproduct into the air above it. It's not strong enough to call a bad smell. It's just there, constantly, as a background note floating through your kitchen. Most people pour chemical drain cleaner down when they notice it. Those products strip the top layer of the biofilm, and the smell improves for a few days. Then the bacteria regrow from the layer beneath, and it comes back. Same smell, same spot, every time. Here's what actually works. First, baking soda. Pour half a cup directly into the drain. Let it sit for 5 full minutes. Don't touch it, don't run water. Let it make contact with the buildup. Baking soda is alkaline, and it starts breaking down the acidic compounds that have been collecting in there. After 5 minutes, pour half a cup of white vinegar directly on top. Now you get the fizzing reaction. That physical foaming action mechanically loosens the debris that the baking soda has been working on. Let it fizz for another 2 minutes. Then, finish with boiling water. A full kettle poured slowly in 2 stages. The heat flushes everything out and knocks back the bacterial population significantly. Not sterilize it completely, but enough that you won't smell it again for a week. Do this once a week. Monday morning, while the coffee is brewing. Takes 4 minutes. Baking soda. About $1 for a box that handles this for months. White vinegar. About $1.50 for a bottle that handles your drain, your bathroom, and your washing machine. That's your $2.50 right there, and we're just getting started. The kitchen drain is source 1. Source 2 is right next to it, and it's one most Americans have never once cleaned. Your washing machine. I know, not technically in the kitchen, but the smell it creates ends up on every piece of fabric in your home, so this is where it matters. Your washing machine is a warm, permanently damp box, and if you have a front loader, I want you to do something right now. Pause this video, walk to your machine, and pull back the rubber gasket around the door, the seal that keeps water in during the cycle. Look at the underside of it. If you haven't cleaned that gasket recently, and most Americans haven't, you're going to find a black ring of mold sitting there permanently. Every single load of laundry passes over that gasket on the way in and out of the drum. Every load picks up a small amount of what's living on it. This is why towels smell like wet dog 2 minutes into a shower, even though you just washed them. This is why some shirts smell completely fine on the hanger and smell like something damp the second you start to sweat in them. The clothes weren't really clean when they came out. They were inoculated. The fix: wipe the gasket thoroughly with a cloth dampened in white vinegar. Get into every fold of that rubber seal. Then run an empty cycle on the hottest setting your machine allows. Check your manufacturer's manual first. Most modern machines handle this fine, but some brands recommend their own cleaning tablets instead. Leave the door open between washes so the drum can dry completely. A washing machine that dries between cycles doesn't grow mold. It's that simple. Once a month. The wet dog smell on your towels disappears within 2 washes. And while we're in the kitchen, there's a third source hiding in plain sight on your counter. Look at the base of your dish soap dispenser right now, the bottom of your coffee maker, the underside of your knife block. Anywhere something has been sitting on a slightly damp surface for weeks or months. There is a slime developing underneath every single one of those objects. Soap residue, water minerals, dead skin cells, and bacteria feeding on all 3. It doesn't smell strongly on its own, but it adds to the background of your kitchen constantly. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Once a week, lift everything off your counter. Wipe underneath with a vinegar cloth. 30 seconds. Put everything back. The same vinegar you're already using for the drain. Nothing new to buy. That's 3 kitchen sources: drain, washing machine, counter buildup. All 3 handled with the same 2 products you already have. Now let's move to the room where the smell problem is actually worse. You just can't tell because you're used to it. Every bathroom in America has the same smell problem, and it's not coming from where you think. Every time you flush your toilet, it creates a fine aerosol mist that travels outward in every direction. Research has documented this clearly. Microscopic droplets carrying bacteria scatter across the seat, the floor, the tile wall behind the toilet, and the towel hanging on the door 2 feet away. Your bathroom towel is being hit with that aerosol mist every single time anyone in your home flushes. Then you dry your face with it. The fix: close the lid before you flush, every single time. This one habit alone dramatically reduces how much aerosol escapes into the room. For the towel, it needs to be washed more often than you think. And before the wash cycle, do a 30-minute soak in hot water with 2 tablespoons of oxygen bleach. You'll find it as OxyClean or store-brand sodium percarbonate. A large tub costs about $10, but lasts you 6 months of regular use. That's less than $2 a month. It breaks down into water and oxygen. No chemical residue, no fragrance, just dead bacteria. Now the bathroom drain. Same biofilm problem as the kitchen, but worse because it's also collecting dead skin cells and hair. The bacteria feeding on that combination produce hydrogen sulfide, the compound responsible for that egg smell you sometimes notice in bathrooms. Same fix: baking soda 5 minutes first, vinegar on top, boiling water to flush. Once a week. And one more bathroom source almost nobody addresses: your bath mat. It sits on the floor, absorbing moisture from wet feet every single day. It almost never fully dries between uses. It is one of the most bacteria-dense textiles in the average American home. Wash it every single week, not every month, every week, on hot water with the oxygen bleach soak. Do all 3 of these things, and you will notice a change in your bathroom smell within 48 hours. Not a week, 48 hours. This is the part most people don't want to hear. Your mattress has been absorbing moisture every single night since the day you bought it. The average person releases significant moisture during sleep through breath and sweat, every single night. Over several years of use, the amount of moisture that is cycled through your mattress is genuinely staggering. That moisture creates the exact environment that dust mites need to survive. And dust mite waste is one of the most common indoor allergens documented by the EPA. If anyone in your household wakes up with a stuffy nose, itchy eyes, or morning congestion, before you blame seasonal allergies or the family pet, look at the mattress first. The smell from a mattress is subtle. You won't notice it consciously, but it contributes to the background smell of your bedroom in a way that no air freshener will ever fix, because the source is inside the mattress, not in the air around it. Here's how to address it properly. Strip everything off the bed. Sprinkle baking soda generously across the entire surface of the mattress. Let it sit for at least 2 hours, longer if you can. The baking soda absorbs moisture and neutralizes the bacterial byproducts that have accumulated in the surface layer. Then vacuum it up completely. Do this once a month. Takes about 5 minutes of actual work. For deeper cleaning, stand the mattress on its edge against the wall with the bedroom windows open for several hours. Light and airflow do more for the inside of a mattress than any spray or deodorizer on the market. Your pillows are most likely washable. Check the care label. If it says machine washable, put them in on hot every 3 months. Dry them completely before the pillowcase goes back on. A pillow that goes into a pillowcase, even slightly damp, grows bacteria overnight. And change your pillowcase every 2 to 3 days, not once a week. Every 2 to 3 days. The skin cells and hair oils that transfer from your face to the pillowcase in 48 hours are enough to create a smell you'd notice immediately if you pressed your nose into it. 2 more sources that almost never get talked about, and both of them are probably active in your home right now. The first one is your refrigerator. Pull the bottom grate off the front of your fridge. Behind it, there is a drip pan, a shallow tray that collects condensation water from the defrost cycle. That water sits there, evaporating slowly, in a warm, dark space underneath your refrigerator. If you have never cleaned that drip pan, and most Americans haven't because most Americans don't even know it exists, it has years of evaporated mineral deposits, mold, and bacterial growth sitting in it. Every time your fridge runs its defrost cycle, a small amount of that smell gets released into the air around it. The fix: pull the pan out, wash it with hot water and a splash of white vinegar, dry it completely, slide it back in. Takes 3 minutes. Do it every 3 months. The second hidden source: carpet. If you have carpet anywhere in your home and something liquid has ever been spilled on it, and it has, that liquid soaked past the carpet fibers into the foam padding underneath. Vacuuming reaches the carpet fibers. It does not reach the pad. That padding holds moisture and bacteria in a way that surface cleaning simply cannot address. This is why some areas of your carpet smell faintly of something you cannot identify, no matter how many times you vacuum or spray. For areas where spills have happened, baking soda applied generously, left for several hours, then thoroughly vacuumed, pulls as much moisture and odor as possible from the surface layer. For deep pad contamination, professional extraction once a year in high-traffic areas is the most effective long-term fix. I know that one is not a $4 solution, but knowing it exists means you stop wondering why that corner of your living room smells like something you cannot name. Now you know exactly what it is and exactly what to do about it. The last 2 sources are invisible. You cannot see them and you cannot smell them anymore, but every guest who walks into your home can. Source 6, your HVAC filter. Go find your air return vent right now. It is usually a large grill on your wall or ceiling. Pull the filter out. If it is gray, clogged, or you genuinely cannot remember the last time you changed it, it is loaded with dust, skin cells, pet dander, and mold spores from every damp source we have talked about in this video. A clogged filter does not just fail to clean your air. It restricts airflow through your system and creates the exact conditions where mold grows inside the air handler itself. Every breath you take in your home is being pushed through whatever is living on that filter. Change it once a month or sooner if you have pets, allergies, or live in a dusty area. Basic fiberglass filters run about $2. They protect your system but not much else. If indoor air quality matters to you, a MERV 8 filter runs about $8 to $10 and actually captures the particles that affect what you breathe, worth the upgrade. Source 7 Talk Cooking Aerosol. When you cook with oil on an open pan, the oil aerosolizes and travels through the air around your stove. It settles on every surface in that area: cabinets, walls, counters, and the air itself. This is why your kitchen has a background smell even when nothing is cooking and the dishes are done. Turn your range hood fan on before the pan gets hot, not after you smell something, before. Keep the kitchen door open while cooking. Run the fan for 10 minutes after you finish. The aerosol needs somewhere to go before it settles onto your surfaces. And once a month, wipe your cabinet faces near the stove with a vinegar cloth. You will be surprised what comes off on that cloth even when the cabinets look perfectly clean. 7 sources, 7 fixes. Let me give you the complete kit. Everything comes down to 3 ingredients. You can get all 3 at any grocery store in the United States. 1. White vinegar, about $1.50. This handles your kitchen drain, bathroom drain, washing machine gasket, counter wipe down, cabinet faces, and fridge drip pan. Acetic acid disrupts the bacterial environment at the source without leaving any residue or added fragrance. 2. Baking soda, about $1. This handles your drains, used first before the vinegar, not at the same time. Your mattress, your carpet, and your trash can. Sodium bicarbonate neutralizes the acidic waste compounds that odor-producing bacteria leave behind. Together, $2.50. That is your core kit. 3. Oxygen bleach. A large tub of OxyClean or store-brand sodium percarbonate runs about $10. But it lasts 6 months of regular use. That works out to less than $2 a month. This handles your towels, your bath mat, your washing machine drum, and any fabric with a persistent smell that regular washing has not been able to fix. It breaks down into water and oxygen. No chemical residue left behind. Total for everything. About $4 to get started on the core kit today. Here is your weekly routine. The whole thing takes about 15 minutes spread across the week. Monday morning, boiling water down kitchen and bathroom drains. 4 minutes. Wednesday, wipe washing machine gasket with vinegar cloth. Leave door open. 2 minutes. Friday, lift counter objects. Wipe underneath with vinegar cloth. 3 minutes. Once a month, baking soda on mattress. 2 hours. Vacuum off. Change HVAC filter. Wipe fridge drip pan. Every 3 months, wash pillows on hot. Run oxygen bleach soak on towels and bath mat. That is the complete smart method system for home smell. No candles, no plugins, no monthly subscription to a product that only covers what you have not fixed yet. Before you close this video, here is the 3-question test you can run on any smell problem in your home. Right now. Tonight. Write these down. Question 1. Is something wet right now that should be dry? The washing machine gasket, the bath mat, the dish sponge, the towel folded on a hook in a windowless bathroom. Anything that stays damp is a source. Find the wet thing. Dry it. Question 2. When did I actually last clean this? Not wipe it. Actually clean it. The mattress, the HVAC filter, the drain, the fridge drip pan, the inside of the washing machine. If you genuinely cannot remember, it needs to be done tonight. Question 3. Am I removing this smell or just covering it? Candles, air fresheners, fabric softener, dryer sheets, Febreze, these cover. White vinegar, baking soda, oxygen bleach, boiling water, open windows, these remove. Every persistent smell problem in your home fails at least one of these 3 questions, usually 2. Start tonight with the kitchen drain. Baking soda in first. 5 minutes, then vinegar, 2 minutes, then boiling water. $4 worth of products, 4 minutes of work. You will notice the difference by tomorrow morning. And if this was useful, drop a comment below with the word method, and I will put together a complete printed version of the Smart Method Home Checklist. Every source, every fix, every schedule, in one place. See you in the next one.